Om Shri Viragavaya Namaha. Pranams to Param Pujya Guruji Shri Raghava Chary Garu. Pranams to my father and Guru Dr. NVRA Raja Garu. Today, in this session, I am going to be talking about Nakshatra Digbala. Nakshatra Digbala is one of the most important concepts in MEENA2 Nakshatra Siddhantha. It forms a pillar of MEENA2 Nakshatra Siddhantha. I have done for my PhD, I have done extensive research on Nakshatra Digbala and have published this book, Nakshatra Digbala and Gunas. In this, I have explained how Nakshatra Digbala can be ascertained in a horoscope and how they play a very important role in providing events for the native. What is Digbala? Digbala means directional strength. Digbala. Planets gain strength when they are posited in particular kendras. Here, I would like to take a few moments to talk about the importance of kendras. Kendras or quadrants are the first house, 4th, 7th and 10th houses in the horoscope. They are the pillars of any horoscope, the pillars which define the life of a native. The first house is a lagna or the self. 4th house is the comfort, house, residence, mother, basic comforts, conveyance, landed property, emotions, feelings, mind. That's the 4th house. 7th house indicates spouse, business partner, any network, the network of acquaintances the native has, life in foreign countries. 10th house represents profession, the name and fame garnered by the native in the present life, the present karma accrued. So if you see all of these 4 houses, the first house, 4th house, 7th house and 10th house are all called the pillars of development for the native. They're very important for material prosperity. When all these kendras, they represent the 4th house, 7th house, 10th house, any quadrant from any reference, they represent sustenance of that reference. So when I'm talking about kendras, the 1st house, 4th house, 7th house and 10th house, as I already stated, they're the pillars of development. All of this, 4th house, comfort, conveyance, landed property, residence, 7th, spouse, business partner, cooperation, support, 10th, profession, name and fame. All of this help in sustenance of lagna, the self. When all these 4 houses, the 1st house, 4th house, 7th house, 10th house, are favorably placed in a horoscope, when they are very strong in a horoscope, the native is said to enjoy all material comforts associated with these houses. That is why kendras form a very important place in the horoscope. That is why kendras are very important houses in a native's horoscope. In Digbala, when planets are posited in particular kendras, they gain strength from those kendras. Since the planets possessing Digbala gain strength from kendras, they have an extra special position or importance in the horoscope. Now all of us know that there are these kendras rise in different directions in the horoscope. Lagna rises in the east, the 4th bhava the north, 7th bhava in the west, the 10th bhava in the south. When these planets gain strength, when they are posited in particular kendras, they gain strength in these particular directions. That is why they are said to possess Digbala, directional strength. Now, many of our ancient Maharishis and many classical texts, they have elaborated a lot about Digbalas. What have they mentioned? They have mentioned mentioned that when Jupiter and Mercury have occupied or are posited in the Lagna, then Jupiter and Mercury gain Digbala. Similarly, when Moon and Venus are posited in the 4th house, they gain Digbala. When Saturn and Rahu are posited in the 7th house, they gain Digbala. When Sun, Mars and Ketu are posited in the 10th house, they are said to gain Digbala. All the classical texts in astrology and Vedic astrology, they mention this rule and say that when these particular planets, this Jupiter, Mercury in Lagna, Moon and Venus in the 4th house, Saturn and Rahu in the 7th house, Sun, Mars and Ketu in the 10th house, when they occupy those particular houses only, these classical texts mention that when these planets occupy these houses, only then they gain Digbala. But our Param Puja Guruji MEENA2, he went through all the NAADIs, and after extensive research, he discovered and he has mentioned that the planet does not gain Digbala only if it has occupied, not only if it has occupied the Lagna. If Jupiter has occupied the Lagna, it gains Digbala. But if Jupiter gains connection in any way with the Lagna, it gains Digbala. So that is what our Param Puja Guruji MEENA2 has said. He said that a planet need not necessarily be posited in that particular Kendra to get Digbala, but if that planet in any way gains connection with that particular Kendra, it is supposed to have gained Digbala. That is why we call that as Nakshatra Digbala. Now, what is a connection? What do you mean by connection in any way? Now, there are 5 ways or Pancha Siddhantha of deciding the connection with any house. First is the sign law. As we said, when the planet is posited in that particular house, it gains connection with that sign in the zodiac. That is the first way of connection. Second is star lord. When a star lord is posited in the house, the planet gains connection with that house. Third is aspect. When the planet aspects this concerned planet from any house, suppose Jupiter is sitting in the 7th house and Saturn is sitting in the Lagna. When Saturn aspects Jupiter, Jupiter gains connection with the Lagna through aspect by any planet sitting in that house. So that is called connection through aspect. Fourth, when the planet is in conjunction with any planet or a house lord. When a planet is in conjunction with the house lord, it is supposed to have gained connection with that particular house. If Jupiter is sitting with 5th lord, is in conjunction with 5th lord, then Jupiter has gained connection with the 5th house. Fifth way of connection is when a planet is situated in Bhinnapada. Bhinnapada, Sun, Mars and Jupiter stars. When planet is situated there, it gains connection with the houses where the Nakshatras spends. Suppose Lagna is Aries. This Jupiter is sitting in Kritika Nakshatra. Kritika Nakshatra spreads across 2 houses, Aries and Taurus. 1st house and 2nd house. So if Jupiter is sitting in Kritika Nakshatra, it is said to gain connection with the 1st house and the 2nd house. So this way, there are 5 ways of connection. First, sign lord. Star lord. Second, third, aspect. Fourth, conjunction. Fifth, association through Bhinnapada. So this is called the Pancha Siddhanta philosophy of connection. So a planet can gain connection with any house through Pancha Siddhanta. So that is what Param Puja Guruji has explained, that when a planet gains connection with any of the Kendras, even then it can be considered to have got Digbala. This is a very important breakthrough in the field of stellar astrology. Nowhere before has it ever been explained in such a manner. That is why Nakshatra Digbala is very important. Especially Parampuja Guruji has given so much importance to Nakshatra Digbala. He said that it is a source of huge strength to a planet. Even when a planet is posited in a debilitation house, but if the planet gets a Digbala, that Nichatvam or debilitation gets nullified. That is the power of Nakshatra Digbala. That is why it is said to form a pillar of MEENA2 Nakshatra Siddhantha. Which is what aroused my interest in this topic. And I have done my thesis also on this topic. Today, in this session, in the coming sessions, we'll talk about how Digbala will provide events to the native. But in this session, we'll talk about how Digbala can be ascertained in the horoscope. There are 8 rules. There is a diamond chart given in this book, which can be referred to, which you can refer to here. So we will discuss about the 8 rules of ascertaining Digbala with the example charts, and finally we'll take one live chart and explain how to find out which planets possess Digbala. As we have seen earlier, we said that when a planet in any way gains connection with the particular Kendra, as per these rules, that is Jupiter and Mercury with Lagna, Moon and Venus with the 4th house, Saturn, Rahu with the 7th house, Sun, Mars and Ketu with the 10th house. In any way these planets gain connection with those particular houses, then the planet is said to have gained Nakshatra Digbala. Now, there are 8 rules for identifying which planets have gained Digbala in the horoscope. So we will look at each of these 8 rules one by one with small examples. The first rule is very straightforward: occupation. So when the planet is posited in that particular Kendra, it is said to have gained Nakshatra Digbala. So the first planet, let us talk about Jupiter. Now let us take an example chart. Aries as the Lagna. The first example will say, when Jupiter, occupation, Jupiter has occupied the Lagna. Here, when Jupiter is sitting in the Lagna, Jupiter has occupied the Lagna, Jupiter has gained Digbala, because Jupiter has occupied the Aries Lagna. Similarly, when Mercury suppose if Mercury is sitting in the Lagna, then Mercury, because it has occupied the Lagna, it has gained Digbala. Next, Moon and Venus gain through the 4th house. So what is the 4th house here? Is Cancer. If Moon is posited in the 4th house, 1, 2, 3, in the 4th house, if Moon is posited, then because Moon has occupied the 4th house, it has gained Digbala. Similarly, if Venus is here in the 4th house, if Venus is posited in the 4th house, because Venus has occupied the 4th house, through occupation of 4th house, Venus has gained Digbala. So here Lagna is Aries, 4th house is Cancer. If Venus is posited in the 4th house Cancer, then Venus has gained Digbala. Next, what next planet? We'll look at Saturn and Rahu in this rule. So first Saturn. If, what is it? This is the Lagna. What is the 7th house? Libra. If Saturn is posited in the 7th house, if Saturn is posited in the 7th house, Saturn has occupied the 7th house. So Saturn, through occupation of the 7th house, has gained Digbala. Then next, Rahu. If Rahu gains Digbala from the 7th house. If Rahu is sitting in the 7th house for Aries Lagna, Rahu here has occupied, through occupation, has occupied the 7th house. Lagna is Aries, Rahu has occupied the 7th house. So, Rahu has gained Digbala. Similarly, now Sun will gain Digbala from the 10th house. Lagna is Aries. What is the 10th house from here? Makara, Capricorn. If Sun is posited in the 10th house, if Sun is posited in the 10th house from the Lagna, Sun has occupied the 10th house. Through occupation of the 10th house, Sun has gained Digbala. Next, Mars. Mars also gains Digbala from the 10th house. So, first rule is occupation. First rule is occupation. So, if Mars occupies 10th house, Lagna Aries. If Mars occupies 10th house. So, Mars through occupation of 10th house here, Mars through occupation of 10th house has gained Digbala. Next, Ketu. Ketu gains Digbala from the 10th house. So, here, when Ketu is posited here in the 10th house, when Ketu is posited in the 10th house, Ketu has occupied the 10th house. So, Ketu through occupation of 10th house has gained Digbala. So, this is the first rule. So, what is the first rule? We have seen for all the 9 planets. So, when these 9 planets, in the first rule called occupation, the first rule is occupation, has the planet occupied that particular house. So, here Ketu, suppose we have Ketu here. We discussed that when Ketu is in the 10th house. So, Ketu gains Digbala from 10th house. So, if Ketu itself is sitting in the 10th house, so Lagna is Aries. 10th house from Lagna is Aries. 10th house is Makara. So, if Ketu is sitting in Makara, in 10th house, because Ketu is in occupation of 10th house, it has gained Digbala. This is the first rule. Now, let us look at the second rule. Second rule is through Star Lord. First, we have seen the first rule of occupation. Second is how a planet will gain Digbala through Star Lord. Now, second rule is if the Star Lord occupies that particular kendras associated with these planets, then because Star Lord has occupied that particular kendra, then that planet gains Digbala. So, in the first rule we saw that the occupation of planet itself in the Lagna. First rule is occupation of the planet. That is, if Jupiter itself is posited in the Lagna, then Jupiter gains Digbala. So, if Moon is posited in the 4th house, if Moon itself has occupied the 4th house, then moon has gained Digbala. We have seen that as the first rule. This here is the second rule now. Here what are we saying? The first rule we said, if how moon will gain Digbala, we said if moon is sitting. So here the Lagna we have taken as Pisces. Pisces is the Meena Lagna, Pisces Lagna. So what did we say here? First rule is occupation. What is in the first rule? If moon, so let us talk about moon. Moon gains Digbala from the 4th house. If moon itself sits in the 4th house, here what are we saying? What is the 4th house here? 1, 2, 3. 4th house is Gemini. If moon itself sits in Gemini, then moon gets Digbala. That is the first rule. Here what are we saying? Moon need not sit in the 4th house, but through star lord it will gain. So moon need not sit here. If star lord of moon is sitting in the 4th house also, moon will get Digbala. Right? So let us see one example here. So here, as I said, we have taken Pisces Lagna. Okay? So what is the 4th house from here? Is Gemini. Let us talk about moon. Moon gains Digbala from the 4th house. Where is moon posited? Moon is sitting in Capricorn. Moon is sitting in Capricorn. Moon is sitting in the 11th house. So can moon gain Digbala? It is sitting in the 11th house. Yes. So moon will gain Digbala if it gains connection in any way with the 4th house. So how has it gained connection here? This moon is sitting in the star of, in Capricorn, it is sitting in Uttirashada star. Uttirashada star lord is Sun. So moon is sitting in the star of Uttirashada. Uttirashada star lord is Sun. Sun here is sitting in the 4th house. So Sun is sitting in the 4th house here in Gemini. Lagna, Sun is sitting in the 4th house. Here also you see, Sun is sitting here in the Gemini, 4th house. So moon is not sitting there in the 4th house, but moon is in the star of Uttirashada. Moon's star lord is sitting in the 4th house because star lord has occupied the 4th house. Moon gains Digbala. Moon has acquired connection with the 4th house. So moon here has gained Digbala. So as you can see, moon is not sitting in the 4th house. Moon is sitting in Capricorn, in the 11th house only. But it is sitting in the star of Sun, Uttirashada, Sun. That Sun is in occupation of 4th house. So moon's star lord Sun is in the 4th house. So in the second rule, when star lord has occupied the Kendra, here we are discussing about moon. Moon is sitting in the star of Sun. Sun has occupied the 4th house. Moon's star lord Sun has occupied the 4th house. Because star lord has occupied the 4th house, moon has gained Digbala. Occupation of star lord in the Kendra, moon has gained Digbala. Let us see another example for this rule itself. Let us take some other star here. Okay, we will take some other planet and look at the example. Suppose we look at Jupiter. Now let us look at, we saw with moon. Now let us take another planet for the second rule itself. Now let us talk about Jupiter. So what did we talk in the first rule? Jupiter gains Digbala from the Lagna, the first house. So here, as we have taken the same Lagna here, same example, Pisces Lagna. Let us start. Okay, now let us start off with another example for the second rule. So first we spoke about moon. Moon star lord Sun is sitting in the 4th house. So moon has gained Digbala. Now for the second rule, we are saying that occupation of star lord. Right? So let us see for Jupiter. Jupiter gains Digbala from Lagna. Same example, let us take Meena Lagna. Meena Lagna, Jupiter will gain Digbala from Meena Lagna in this horoscope. So Jupiter posited here, first rule, Jupiter has not occupied. Still Jupiter can get Digbala. How? Through occupation of star lord. So here Jupiter is sitting in Scorpio. So Meena Lagna, Jupiter is sitting in the 9th house. But it is sitting in the star of Jeshta, in Jeshta Nakshatra. Jupiter is sitting in Jeshta Nakshatra. Jeshta star lord is Mercury. And Mercury is sitting in the Lagna. So Jupiter itself is not there in the Lagna, but Jupiter's star lord Mercury sitting in the Lagna. So Jupiter gains Digbala because star lord has occupied the Lagna. Jupiter is sitting in the star of Mercury. It is not sitting in the Lagna. Still, it is sitting in the 9th house only. But how it is gaining Digbala through the second rule here? Jupiter is sitting in the star of Jeshta. Jeshta star lord is Mercury. That Mercury is sitting in the Lagna. So to the occupation of star lord, to the occupation of Lagna by the star lord, Jupiter has gained Digbala. Jupiter's star Jeshta. Jeshta star lord is Mercury. Mercury is sitting in the Lagna. So Jupiter has gained Digbala. So that is the second rule. So a planet gains Digbala if the star lord is in occupation of the particular Kendra. So Jupiter's star lord Mercury here is in the Lagna. So star lord has occupied the Lagna. So Jupiter has gained Digbala. This is the second rule. Now let us look at the third rule of getting Digbala. First two rules were occupation of the planet itself by the Kendra. Second was if star lord is in occupation of the Kendra. Now the third rule is if star lord is itself the Kendra lord. That is, if the planet is situated in the constellation of that particular Kendra lord, then the planet gains Digbala. We will see with an example here. So the Lagna here is Aries, Mesha Lagna. What is the seventh lord for Mesha? Seventh is Libra, seventh lord is Venus. Let us look at Saturn. How Saturn can gain Digbala to the third rule. So in this horoscope, Saturn is posited in Leo. Can it gain Digbala through the third rule? Yes. Here Saturn is posited in Pubba Nakshatra. So Saturn is sitting in Leo in the 5th house, but it is posited in Pubba Nakshatra. Pubba star lord is Venus. Venus is the 7th lord for this horoscope. So Saturn is posited in the constellation of Venus, which is the 7th lord. So here star lord is the Kendra lord. So star lords of Saturn here is the 7th lord. Saturn gains Digbala through the 7th house. Saturn is sitting in the star of 7th lord. So Saturn here has gained Digbala. Saturn is sitting in Leo in Pubba Nakshatra in the star of 7th lord Venus. Star lord Venus has become the Kendra lord for Saturn. So Saturn has gained Nakshatra Digbala through this particular rule. Now let us take another example. So let us look at another example for this rule. So let us now look at Sun. Sun gains Digbala from the 10th house. Lagna is Aries. But Sun here is posited in Scorpio, which is the 8th house. But can Sun gain Digbala through this rule? Yes, because Sun here is posited in Anuradha Nakshatra. Anuradha star lord is Saturn. Saturn here for Aries Lagna, Mesha Lagna, is the 10th lord. So Sun is posited in the 8th house, but it is posited in Anuradha Nakshatra. It is posited in the constellation of Saturn, which is the 10th lord for this Lagna. So Sun has gained connection with the 10th house. Sun acquires Digbala. So here Sun has acquired Digbala in the third rule because Star Lord Saturn has become the Kendra Lord. He has become the 10th Lord. Star Lord Saturn has become the 10th Lord. So Sun is not sitting in the 10th house, but it is posited in the star of 10th Lord Saturn. The Sun is posited in the star of 10th Lord Saturn. So Sun acquires Digbala in the third rule. I hope you've understood the third rule also here. The Sun need not be posited here. Even if it is posited in the constellation of the 10th Lord, it can acquire Digbala. Now let us move on to the fourth rule.